Not miss this. Trump and this White House are going to work to buy as much Bitcoin as possible. Now, why is that important, even if you're not invested in Bitcoin? What you have to understand at a deep level is that this isn't just about Bitcoin. This is about moving from an inflationary asset, the US dollar, which every single year, when you get paid, if you don't beat inflation, the 2% inflation, you become poorer every single year. Moving to a deflationary asset, an asset with a fixed supply that will grow every 4 years based on the Bitcoin halving. And then you have other things like XRP, which is a fixed supply and is deflationary. Every time a transaction goes across it, it burns. What is happening right now, if we take away all the noise, all the bullshit, is you're moving from an inflationary asset to a deflationary asset. There is nothing else that can happen. The Ponzi scheme is over. You can't kick the can down the road anymore. The system has to change. Now, here's where it becomes very important for you. If you're trying to get rich quick, if you're trying to make money fast, you're going to lose it very quickly. This is the opportunity from 2025 to 2030 is to really lock in, develop that financial literacy, understand what money is, ask yourself, why are you investing in these things? And ask yourself, will it be here in the long term? And we just look at the logic. We take the emotion out of it, take the tribalism out of it. What we do know is Trump is going to make America the crypto capital of the world. And if you're constantly looking at the markets on a daily basis and you're price sensitive and you're emotional about this, and you can't pull yourself to a 30,000 overview, you'll get wrecked 100% of the time. So we have become financially free from crypto, but we didn't buy stuff in the last bull run. We learned how to diversify, compound, and grow our wealth and create cash generating assets. And so we're going to do it once again in this bull run by being calm, persistent, disciplined, and not changing our narrative every 5 seconds. So let's dive into the first thing around logic. So this gentleman right here is President Trump's executive director. We want as much Bitcoin as we can possibly get. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth.
The US has already acquired about 200,000 BTC. That's worth about $17 billion. Strategy CEO Michael Saylor is suggesting that the US acquire up to 25% of the Bitcoin supply by 2035. What would be the target amount for the United States in your view?
Well, I get asked this question a lot, and I think the answer to that, like I said at the summit yesterday, is as much as we can possibly get, so long as it's in budget neutral ways that don't cost the taxpayer a dime. I think we have a lot of high IQ people in the building that are working on this, and folks over at the Treasury office and folks over at Commerce, working with the internal working group that was set up in the first digital assets EO. We'll be able to come up with ways to accumulate more really over the course of the next few years and beyond that. I mean, look, we view Bitcoin as being digital gold. That's why we set up the strategic Bitcoin reserve in the way that we did, right? Bitcoin is a commodity. It's not a security. As our AI and cryptos are, David Sachs likes to say, it has the immaculate conception, meaning that there's no issuer. It has intrinsic stored value that's traditionally accepted. And we feel like it's in the best interest of Americans to hold on to this asset long term and accumulate as much as we can get. That's why we've akin this to digital gold and talked about building the digital Fort Knox for the United States. And you mentioned the Bitcoin that we have possession of. We've actually been in possession of nearly 400,000 Bitcoin. We sold roughly half of that prematurely at about, I think it was close to $370 million is what we sold it for. If we would have held on to that, it would have been worth $17 billion today. I mean, it just goes to show you how important this asset is and what we can do with it to benefit the American people.
Okay. So it goes to show you what patience would have done. If America would have held on to that 368 million would have been billions of dollars. Okay. So I want to play this. This is Trump addressing the Digital Asset Summit yesterday. Everybody on Instagram was like, this video is fake. It's AI. This is the actual address right here. Him addressing the Digital Summit.
First time in history that a sitting president has addressed a crypto conference. I know everyone has their phones out, but please give a massive round of applause and help me welcome the President of the United States to address Digital Asset Summit.
To everyone at the Blockworks Digital Assets Summit. It's an honor to speak with you about how the United States is going to dominate crypto and the next generation of financial technologies. And it's not going to be easy, but we're way ahead. Just 2 weeks ago, we hosted the first ever White House Digital Asset Summit, bringing together many of the world's top leaders in crypto for a conversation led by our White House AI and crypto czar, David Sachs, who's a fantastic and very brilliant to speak with you about how the United States is going.
Okay, I'm not gonna have you go through all that, but he basically addressed, I don't know why my computer did that. So he basically addressed what's it called? The Digital Asset Summit. Okay. And I want to leave you with this, and I'll share with you what I believe is going to happen in my narrative and exactly what I'm doing. So this is Kathy Woods. She's touted as one of the greatest female investors. I think she's one of the greatest investors out there. Ray Dalio, Kathy Woods, people I really, really look up to. So check this out.
I want to start right with Bitcoin and what you see as the outlook for Bitcoin's price. In recent weeks, you've come out and said $1.5 million per Bitcoin by the year 2030. Since then, though, we've seen quite a few outflows. We've seen a lot of volatility. Sonali just went through that. Is that still your view? 1.5 million by 2030?
Yes, it is our view. I think right now we're in a risk-off period generally. And if you've been watching Bitcoin, it's almost been a leader in terms of risk on, risk off. So I think that's what we're seeing. If we look at our on-chain analytics, what we see is, I'm sorry, I have to get this off. If you look at our on-chain analytics, what you will see is that we are in the middle of, we're a little bit more than halfway through a 4-year cycle. We think we're still in a bull market. And we believe that the deregulation that we're seeing here in the United States is going to be very important to institutions moving into this new asset class. Asset allocators have to have a point of view on this new asset class. And we think by putting it in portfolios, risk-adjusted returns for the entire portfolio will go up.
Boom. Okay. So here's what's going to happen. Okay. This is what's going to happen is BlackRock, if you look at their portfolio allocation now, so they have their Bitcoin ETF. They're the number 2 holder in Bitcoin in the world. Okay. Then now they announced, I think it was January 2025 or February 2025, is that they announced that within their portfolio allocation, they're allocating 1 to 2%. Okay. You do not think that all these asset managers are going to follow the lead now? Okay. Ripple beat the SEC. It is settled now. We have the new SEC chairman coming in on the 27th. We're going to get stablecoin regulation, which is in Congress right now. We're going to get crypto regulation. Your banks are going to start to custody your crypto. Your asset managers are going to start to work to allocate 1 to 2% of people's portfolio into Bitcoin. Okay. So Bitcoin, we've established at a very, very deep level, it is digital gold. That's what it is. People aren't going to use it to transact. I'm not transacting with my Bitcoin. I'm not going to sell my Bitcoin. So I'm holding my Bitcoin. And now here's what's important. When people look at the price of Bitcoin, it's sitting at what, 80, what's it at right now? Let me get the clear number here. It is at 83,000 right now. Okay. As we're speaking. And you can buy a Satoshi of Bitcoin. Okay. So let me break down what I'm doing. So XRP is my number 1 holding. And I misspoke around let me get you guys this. So XRP is my number 1 holding. BTC is number 2. I don't know why I kept skipping XLM. XLM is number 3. Solana is number 4. And HBAR is number 5. And VeChain coming in a close 6. So my top 5 are XRP, BTC, XLM, Solana, HBAR. Okay. Now, if you notice, Trump talked about XRP, BTC, Solana, and what was the other one? ADA, which is in my portfolio, but that's number 8, looks like. Okay. We've been speaking about these fundamental cryptos since 2020. We have not changed our narrative. Okay. We didn't jump into the meme coin game. We didn't do any of it. We've been very, very fundamental. But here's what's really important is, yes, you can make a large amount of money in cryptocurrency in a shorter amount of time, but the key is to transmute that energy. Okay, you see a lot of influencers that got really rich in crypto in 2020 to 2022, and they bought a bunch of stuff, Lambos, houses, cars. You have to maintain that stuff. So when the bear market hit, they had no true business. They had no cash flow. They didn't create cash generating assets. We created businesses, cash generating assets, in information technology, attention, in financial services. We created all these businesses and we created cash flow. And what we didn't do is buy stuff. We transmuted that money back into the markets. So we created a strategy where we have high risk cryptocurrency. Okay. We have an exit plan on the way up, an entry plan on the way down. We have life insurance, cash value life insurance, which is our tier one capital, right? Our securing and safety for our money, compound, grow, and borrow tax free. We have a little bit of precious metals. We have a dividend ETF strategy to pay us cash flow. And then we work to invest in cash generating businesses. And we take that cash and we transmute it back into a deflationary asset. So, for example, for me, myself personally, I get paid every Wednesday and Friday by my companies. Every Wednesday and Friday, I work to give myself a pay raise, secure or compound. So every month I have money going into my insurance policies. Okay. So that's security, that's compounding, borrowing tax free, and banking on myself. I have the dividend ETF strategy where each time I get paid, I'm putting it into a dividend ETF strategy. I'm giving myself a pay raise, creating cash from my cash. When I get paid monthly from the dividend, I de-risk back into Bitcoin and XRP. So I have a deflationary asset side over here that continues to grow month after month, right? It's very volatile. And then when it blows off top on the back end of this year, I'm going to take profits and I pull it safely down the risk pyramid, max fund the policies, and we just keep repeating the process. And that's the key to all of this. The first thing you need to ask yourself is, why are you investing in something? That is the most important part. Why are you investing in something, not what to invest in? Okay. The second part of this is really understanding the simplicity that we're moving from inflationary. You can't just keep printing money in a debt base. I mean, we're literally have more debt than we have income. That this has to change. So take out the fact that it's a conspiracy now. It's not. It's real. Like, it's real. There's a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Countries are racing to create a Bitcoin strategic reserve. There's 17 states in process of creating a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Arizona just got approved. I think Utah got approved. I think Texas is in the process of getting approved. Bitcoin is not going anywhere. XRP is not going anywhere. Now what you're going to start to see is institutional adoption. That's where the price appreciation comes in now. Okay, it's now we're going from, remember, first they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it, then they join it. You're now in regulation and joining phase. That's Draper. Okay, there's speculation phase, adoption phase. Oh, excuse me, speculation, regulation, adoption. So speculation and regulation is where you get the wealthiest. When adoption comes and everybody comes rushing in at the top because the prices are shooting up, that's when people get wrecked. So we're in regulation phase now. So you still have an opportunity to get in at cheaper prices. So the way that I do it is I dollar cost average in every single day. Okay. I buy when there's dips calmly, very calmly. There's no stress to this. If the markets are collapsing, I'm celebrating because I know what I hold. It's a great buying price. I'm buying more of my dividend ETF stock. I'm buying more of my cryptocurrencies. I'm a long-term holder. But the key is, when you profit, make sure you're transmuting. Read the book, Richest Man in Babylon. Make sure you're birthing a brother and a sister to that money. Okay. I know we want the stuff, and that's fine. You can have all the nice stuff. I have nice things, but all the nice things that I have are bought by assets. Wealth, or excuse me, the quickest way to wealth is running companies, right? So I'll get off my soapbox around that. I just want to continue to bring these calm videos to you guys to stay calm, take the middle ground, put yourself on a 4, 5, 6 year horizon, build an investment thesis, build an investment plan. Don't just invest in something because an influencer tells you to. There is no get rich quick. Money made hastily goes away very quickly. So that's what I got for you. If you do need support and you need help, first of all, we do not invest people's crypto. We were not, don't ever respond to anybody DMing you about your crypto. We do not invest people's crypto. We do not have a trading platform. QFS accounts are a scam. You don't have to get your stuff. You should always hold your own crypto, but people are saying Coinbase is going to collapse. You're using our likeness and image. Just never send anybody your crypto. Simple. Okay. I have resources for you. I have the Warrior Academy, which you'll see down below in the description. You'll see my social media platform. If you click the link, you can join my academy. I've helped 10,400 people understand what this is. Cryptocurrency, it's education, blockchain education, live calls, market calls, example portfolios, the why behind it, entry plans, exit plans, how to get in, how to get out, market calls, Q&A calls, everything you need to get the support that you need within this ecosystem. I also have, on the other side, completely separate, is my financial services company, where we help people understand cash value life insurance and how to secure your family, compound, and grow your wealth. Some people call it bank on yourself, infinity banking concept. We help demystify all of that and share the why behind it. What I do may not work for you, so I created a section where you can set up an appointment with my team, completely free retirement strategy, where they're going to go over everything, break down things for you, share with you the why behind it, share with you, dream a little bit with you, and help you get a plan together. And you'll never send the money directly. We don't get paid by the client. We get paid by the company. So you know you're safe. So to keep you safe, don't send your money to anybody pretending to be me or using my likeness and image. Don't ever send your crypto to anybody. Okay. I love you guys. I appreciate you. That's all in the description down below, my social media platform, and I'll see you on the inside. Warriors, let's get your shit together. Love you guys.